Note on Crickets and Letters from My Father by the Pulitzer Prize winner Robert Olen Butler. Impressive, excellent stories. The first one, Crickets, in fact, it seems all of them, there have been 6 or so. I place notes on YouTube if you're interested on this list. Shedovers and worthwhile books. You can find plenty of notes on a number of books if you're interested. And all of them deal with Vietnamese people. So again, we have a Vietnamese family. Well, father and mother keep the tradition, think like Vietnamese. The son, born in the US, doesn't speak Vietnamese. His English shows that he has adapted well. He's a real American, near to 100%. Sorry. And he speaks with you all. I see you all, like in the South. During a period of what looks like boredom, the father invites his son to play a sort of game which he enjoyed when he was a child, with crickets. We get crickets and they fight. There's a sort which is larger and more powerful, so to say, and another sort which is agile, compensates with this flexibility and tenacity what it lacks in size. The latter is called the fire cricket. So let's find them. They look around, they find 4 or 6 crickets, they're all the big size. However, the son was not enthusiastic to begin with, and he's losing interest quickly. But the father keeps looking for crickets and finds 25, 30 or more. But alas, he's unhappy that he doesn't find any of his preferred kind, the fire crickets. He mentions that when they were children, they all supported the fire ones, even if they had in the fight the other kind. The second story for this note, Letters from My Father, has some sad parts and a funny aspect that I liked. I mean, I liked the whole story. Again, outstanding, impressive. Even the depressing story within the story. So we have a girl and her mother that are trapped is not the word, but left behind in Vietnam, in Saigon, which would later be called Ho Chi Minh City. While the father is, as an American, he's in the US and he fights to get them over, but it takes, I forgot how many years, many years. In one letter, he's so frustrated that he accuses the officials and says, look, if you were dealing with a Russian ballerina, a white person, you would get that person here in 24 hours. Like it is, it's been years and I'm sick and tired. He mentions the fact that his daughter is so beautiful, so gorgeous, that you could place her face on the coins and people would be so happy and would not break the change, would not give the coins back to keep this beautiful face. In Saigon, the little girl is spending time in the French cemetery. Looks at the pictures there. There's in particular a girl she likes, but she's also sad, speaking that the picture is already with the rain and is already decaying, and many there don't have any flowers because the French left, so they don't have any relatives to care for the graves and think, well, they could think about them from France, but they're not around to care for the dead. Let me put the sad story first and finish with what I felt was a funny thing. So she hears from someone this narrative. A woman had a daughter, and the husband worked for the Vietnamese, the South Vietnamese, as a sort of a special secret fighter agent, and has to be gone for long periods. The girl insists to know and wants to see her father. And one night, her mother thinks of a trick, lights a candle, there's a shadow on the wall, and she says, "Look, my girl, this is your father watching over you and protecting you." So now, almost every night, there's the shadow, and the girl is putting her hands together, like they sometimes do in Asia and other parts of the world, bows and is happy with this shadow, like in the cave, famous cave of Plato in the Republic. And so after a period, the father comes back. The wife is happy and immediately goes out to prepare something special. With his daughter, the father says, "I'm your father. Did you miss me?" "No, no way, you're not my father. My father is taking care of me and says good night every evening." Thinking of the obvious explanation for that, the man is very upset, says nothing to his wife, but with the first occasion he just goes away again and doesn't come back. The wife is blown away, taken down altogether by this situation, and she throws herself into the river Saigon and dies. The man comes back to take care of his child, now left alone without mother. And one night, with a shadow appearing from a candle on the wall again, the girl says, "Look, my father." The man is taking her to her mother, goes to the river, throws himself into the river to join his wife in death. Now, there's another flash story this time, very brief to end with. The girl had called a dust child, as were those who had a different look in the European American parents, or one parent. She has a friend who is corresponding, has a pen pal in Russia. After they exchange letters in French, simple letters, the person from Russia says, "Let's change photographs." The Vietnamese girl takes good care. She takes a good special occasion dress and has her picture taken downtown near a banyan, or I don't know, an impressive, a gigantic tree and all that. The picture from Russia is that of a fat girl who didn't bother to comb her hair, and she's standing next to a cow. Funny, I thought. Well, enjoy these great stories.